situation in the border right now. You have children who are being treated inhumanely, women, pregnant women, the elderly, all of our vulnerable populations are being treated like they're subhuman. You have an overfilled concrete room with cold floors where they're piled on top of each other. It's so full. I saw children soiled themselves without diapers, with mucus, vomit on their shirts, inadequate amount of food. They're given burritos that are still frozen to kids to eat. You're seeing one bathroom for 400 people. You're seeing open toilets where the women have to stand and guard with their body around another young woman to use the toilet. It is just so subhuman, these conditions. And so my background, John, is that I'm a board-certified emergency physician, have done flight medicine, been medical command in the city of Pittsburgh during my training. I've also am an expert in public health and trained humanitarian at Harvard with the Harvard Humanitarian Initiative, as well as training with the ICRC, and have responded after the Haiti earthquake and became medical director of the largest internally displaced camp in all of Port-au-Prince right after the Haiti earthquake. So what I saw at the border was an overcapacity system with multiple failures, understaffed, under-equipped, under-resourced, and under-skilled to meet the humanitarian needs of these women and children under their custody, and therefore, mind you, under their responsibility.
Long ago, many people can say that America was led by liberty, freedom, and justice for all. Many people nowadays can say that they can't live that way because of the color of their skin or where they come from. Many Americans can say that immigrants affect the U.S. because they overpopulate the country and take American jobs. But in reality, immigrants today play a big role in society because they have owned up to their responsibility to take jobs that some Americans don't want. Many immigrants are also people that have only one objective in their life, and that is to work and get money and take care of their family. They are people that should have rights as well as and not be treated how they're treated while they're being held at the border or be yelled at by racist people like Donald Trump who say bad things about them.
My name is Mr. Salazar. I'm a support staff here on campus at Valerie Academy High School.
What are your thoughts on how current immigrants are being treated by the border?
I think that currently it's at a very tough position, and just because we, as like social media and Twitter and like even Instagram and just all these social network applications, apps that are kind of like really getting an insight as to what's really going on into these practically camps, right? And so just the conditions that a lot of these youth that are even from toddlers to to teenagers, a lot of them are don't have the appropriate, even like the basic needs to fully be able to to actually even live, right? There's no blankets. They're just practically like tinfoil blankets, and so it's very disturbing, and it's very saddening to see how how we're treating these youth.
Okay, how do you believe immigration affects the U.S.?
I think it affects it greatly, not only through the economy, but also, greatly through the economy, just because, majority of the time, if you go into a restaurant, you'll see predominantly, Latino or Latina, staff working there. And just because I remember working at IHOP when I was in college, and practically 95% of the staff there were Latino and Latina, and so it was just interesting to see how they're practically cooking these American meals, yet it's mainly Mexican and Salvadorian and Hondureños that are cooking these meals, and just like little things like that just goes on to show it's like we also pay taxes, we do a lot of these things, and we're even part of the whole educational field, and it's just I think we given a different perspective how things really are. And so it's just I just know that we do provide a lot, to the United States.